Let's go into what's up. Welcome to my live stream. If you guys are just tuning in, this is my live stream. I just do it every single Sunday. Basically, it's kind of like a live Q&A, ask me anything type of thing. And it's also where I actually get a lot of my ideas from at the moment. One of the things that we've been trying to do is really pay attention to questions being asked as well, and trying to find topics that, one, I like talking about, and two, things that you guys are kind of curious about as well. So, fun fact about my YouTube channel: recently we've been kind of pivoting, doing less like in-depth marketing type of stuff because I don't think a lot of you guys are interested in it, and it's more of an SEO play. What we're trying to do, more long-term play. But I think one of the things that I enjoy talking about recently is things like productivity, things like lifestyle, things like what are the three topics that we're focused on? Productivity. What's the other P? Productivity. I remember E was entrepreneurship and personal. Oh yeah, personal improvement as well. So those are things I love, and I think is like kind of the vibe that most people are going through. And it's really interesting. Like, I was looking at my older videos, and honestly, not to say I liked them a lot more, but it was just so much easier to shoot back then because I could just like say whatever the fuck is on top of my head. And I think these days with YouTube, the YouTube game has definitely changed since it first started. A lot of my early videos were like, hey, car videos, the homie next door type of videos too. And then somewhere along the way, I got so caught up with SEO because I was like, man, this is the way to go. And even though I did have like some really great hits for my YouTube channel, I think one of the things that kind of sucked about it too was like it was very soul sucking, and I'm not trying to get to that point again as well. So we're always trying new different things as well. If you guys are tuning into this, make sure to drop, by the way, if you guys are just tuning into this, make sure to drop a like and all that. And yeah, it'll boost the algorithm and all that as well. So before we get started, do need to make a few changes as well. Need to make sure that my live posts has a thumbnail because it doesn't do that on default, which is kind of annoying. And it turns off monetization too by default as well. So there's that. Let's do this. And then let's do a quick thumbnail too. By the way, for you guys that are tuning in, what did you guys think of the videos this week? Do you feel like, honestly, I wanted to do one personal video, but unfortunately, like my editor and we had like we were reviewing the video, one of the videos, and honestly, it had so many errors that we had to send it back and we had to resubmit it for monetization again, which was really annoying. But hey, that's kind of like the YouTube game. I don't know if it's just with my channel, honestly, but my channel, for some reason, every single video gets like flagged, and I literally have to upload like 24 to 48 hours before like a video goes up. So it's really annoying, but that's kind of like the game that we're having to do a lot of the time. So hey, that's just life, right? But it's not as easy. Like, if you guys are kind of curious, like YouTube is not as easy as just like uploading a video. I wish it was that easy for me, honestly, but unfortunately it's not like that as well. But in terms of this week, some cool things while you guys are still tuning in, and if you guys are going to drop any questions. The cool thing about this week was that we actually closed a major client. This client's going to make a pretty big change to my finances at the moment, and it was almost like the perfect time. It's not like the first time this organization or client has reached out to me. I got headhunted a few times already. And the reason why I took it this time was because my situation kind of changed, in terms of like, I was really working on my high ticket program, which is pretty much almost done. We're finishing up the last marketing type of things as well. I'm having my business coach review everything to make sure that, the program makes sense, that it's really helping people. I put in a lot of sweat equity into this, and anybody that has taken any of my courses, I go through in depth, like I put in a lot of effort to make sure I deliver one of the best programs I can, at least that I can provide as well. Like I do not take courses lightly because I bought a lot of shitty courses. And so I always want to over deliver, which might be a problem. My coach and other people tell me, yo, MVP Kevin, but I'm just like, the perfectionist in me wants to make sure I deliver a kick-ass product, right? But something I'm working on, but I'm feeling very confident about this. I think it's going to be really, really great. I think I'm not going to say it's going to disrupt the market because I'm not going to be taking on tons of clients, but I think once the word gets out, knowing that I have an offer like this, people are going to react one way or another. So I'm pretty happy about this. Alex says, came here to smash the like button. Appreciate it, man. How many coaches do I have? So right now I have a fitness coach. So he's helping me dial in my macros. Fun fact, guys, I might have hypothyroidism. So if you're noticing the puffy cheeks and stuff, that's probably why. And also, we've been playing with my macros too, because honestly, being on such low macros for a long time really screwed up my metabolism, we're assuming. So I'm getting a blood test tomorrow, and we're going to find out in the next 2 or 3 days to see if your boy has hypothyroidism. Apparently it's really common in Asians, but your boy might need to go on a levothyroxine, man. So we'll see. But in terms of coaches, I have my fitness coach. I have a YouTube coach as well. I also have a business coach as well. Like he teaches people how to launch their coaching and consulting programs as well. So he's there. And he's also a really dope ass guy, man. His name's Terry Rice. You can look him up. If you guys like ever reach out to him, let him know that your boy Kevin Yee sent you. Because we're pretty close, but he always keeps me in check too. He's I think like deep down inside, I have like the Asian dad mentality where nothing I do is good enough. And by having that like validation where I can just send things off to him, he gives the okay. He's like, hey, this looks good to me. He gives me his thoughts. It feels really, really great. He's super well connected. So like Entrepreneur Magazine and all that, he gets invited to speak at a lot of paid events. And he's just a dope ass guy, man. He keeps it real. He hasn't given me a kick in the ass, like in anything, because honestly, I think the general consensus is that I work myself to death, honestly, and my body really can't take it anymore. And it's getting to that point. So in terms of coaches, that's what I have at the moment. But, yeah, I really like, having a coach has been a real big game changer for me in all aspects of my life. Even like, I wouldn't consider this person my coach, but even a therapist as well. Like a therapist has really been helping me too. Just helping me, like having people in my life that are helping me achieve certain goals. I also have I wouldn't call him like a coach, but I have a neurohacking coach that I talk to. He's my really close friend from time to time. And if I'm ever going through some rough shit, he always helps me out with a lot of things as well. So really appreciative with him as well. So that's like kind of like what I have in terms of the coaches right now. I don't have a high ticket sales coach at all. But I do kind of, in a weird way, I kind of like have I hate that word, mentors or really experienced friends that I just bounce ideas off of. Cause I'm at that point where, I'm not saying I don't need coaching, but at this point, like, I have really great relationships, which kind of fit that mold. But the benefit of having a paid coach, honestly, in my opinion, is that dedicated line. So if you're trying to build something, you're going through transition in your life, it's absolutely worth a coach. And in my opinion, it's worth paying a coach over a course any day. At the end of the day, it depends for what. If you're trying to get like a baseline and you can execute by yourself, then fine. You probably don't need a coach, but honestly, a coach is a real big game changer. I started paying for coaches probably when I was in pharmacy. 2014 to 2015, I had a life coach, and that really helped me through the tough days of pharmacy, guys. Like, I'm telling you, I was really, really depressed after pharmacy, and there was very little for me to like kind of look forward to. But then all these cool things started happening when I had a coach. Like I started talking to Joe and I got to live with them for a little bit. I got out of my former employer, CVS, and guys, that was a huge grind. I did not enjoy my CVS experience whatsoever. I don't know if they're different now, but honestly, I didn't really enjoy it, and I was just always really stressed out. And just having a coach by your side, just to kind of reframe things and reposition things and give you a different perspective, I think is one of the most valuable things in the world as well. So there's that. Um, John Sorrentino says, are you going to be in the next YouTube Academy cohort since you have lifetime access to it now? Yes, I am going to be in the next part-time YouTube part-time YouTube Academy, YouTuber Academy by Ali Abdal. If you guys are interested in it, I'll throw this link in. But fun fact, your boy was featured on his major testimonial sales page, which was pretty cool. So if you guys are wondering what program we're referring to, that's the program. But basically, yes, I'm going to be joining the next cohort since I have lifetime access because I did the executive. I feel like there's always new things that I can take from, especially going through the program a second time around, because a lot of the processes I had to scramble and build the first time. But now that I have these processes built out, I can watch these again, ask these key questions that I need answered to refine the process. So I know a lot of people want to start YouTube, but YouTube isn't really a sprint game. It's not like most people are not going to make a shit ton of money on YouTube within the next, like if you're planning, even if you plan out for a year, you're not going to make tons of money from it if you monetize it as well. Like it's not, it depends. Like time is only one factor, but if you're completely new to media, you have to get good in front of the camera, comfortable in front of the camera. The second thing is, you have to, the quicker that you get to 100 videos, the better, the faster, the better your channel will be. That's one of the initiatives that we're trying to do on the other my Kick-Ass Investing YouTube channel, which is getting recommended in the YouTube algorithm again, since we're since what we did, we started posting regularly again. And that's one of the most important things. Being very, very consistent will give you a good report card with YouTube as well. Same on this channel. We always make sure to post at least 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We had to cut it down because it was really, really tough for my editor to keep up. And right now I'm going through like some pretty bad burnout. So I couldn't keep up with the 5-6 times a week. It was just too intense. So we're dialing it back a little bit. We're going to stick to the schedule to the end of the year as well, and do that. So yes, I'm planning to join the next cohort in long story short, but I'm excited, man, because I know what Ali does, and there's always like new shit in the program. And so I'm really, really excited to see what's the new stuff that's going to be in, the new insights that I'm going to get. I'm part of his inner circle too. So we had a really killer call with Noah Kagan, built up kind of like, I wouldn't say a relationship. That's like when we're like actually talking and stuff, but he recognizes my name and my face, like when I jump into streams and stuff like that. And I've been learning a lot from the guests as well. So it's pretty cool. Ali Abdal actually started a B-roll library. So I don't really need to pay for like B-roll sites anymore. I just got to look through other people's B-roll, upload my B-roll and all that. It's kind of cool. So we're going to start incorporating these elements, but it's really tough, man. Like I'm telling you, the biggest bottleneck for me personally is just the writing aspect, scripting out my videos, making sure that, because one of the things that we're trying to do in my videos is hit the 3 points. Ethos, logos, and what's the freaking third one? Pathos. So pathos is like the emotional side. Logos is, I believe, the logical side. And then the last one, ethos, I believe, is the trust side. So I think when it comes to emotions on my channel and trust, like that's really like I think that's dialed in pretty well. The number one thing that I struggle with as a creator is logos, like making sure that more recently we've been trying to throw more facts in, making sure that the structure is there, making sure that I don't ramble on onto another story and stuff. That happens a lot, believe it or not, and I've been very conscious about not doing that. And it's really tough, y'all. So there's that. Yo, Kevin, what do you think the best ways to make money in 2021 is? Well, I would say in 2021, well, so let's take a look at 2020, right? Because I think that was like a huge shift as well. So I think there's definitely a huge surge in e-commerce. I'm not telling everybody run and go do e-commerce. It's really hard. So if you don't know what e-commerce is, think about it's basically having a store online and selling products, right? So you might have heard of drop shipping, Amazon FBA. I think with the rise of everything and the changes that our society has gone through, we're already seeing like all these bigger companies transitioning over to e-commerce as well. So I believe that's one major thing. The next thing that I think will be another trend in 2021 is, I mean, it's always been a trend, but digital marketing especially. Think about it. With these e-commerce businesses, they're going to need digital marketers to run their ads, to promote their stuff as well. I think that'll be another huge thing. Also, what's really been interesting, I don't think will it trickle down to high ticket sales? Maybe, but sales is very niche in my opinion. So I'm not sure if it'll trickle all the way down to it, but I would say definitely those things I mentioned. I would say also YouTube. There's going to be more room for a lot of YouTube content creators and more traffic. More people are going from traditional media over to YouTube. So if you establish a YouTube already, great job. Keep on pumping out content because that's only going to grow with time. And you're going to be seeing a lot more people double downing on it. Now, do you need to be like Mr. Beast and have the biggest channel? No, but if you can grab a sector of the market right now, I think you'll be in really good hands. I mean, I make pretty, not amazing money, but especially with like my affiliates and AdSense and stuff, like it's really good good money as well. So and it pays, like my expenses are paid by this channel as well. Not all of them actually, to be fair with you, but that's the goal. That's what we're trying to do. Now, well, some people say like, hey, Bitcoin will be really big over the next year. Keep in mind, I'm a crypto investor. Okay. I have crypto. I have all that sort of stuff with the ledgers and stuff like that. But in terms of crypto, I believe it's going to go up, but that's all you got to keep in mind. This is speculation. This is when you got to start being scared because like people who are diving into it now might repeat the pattern back in like 2018 or 2016. Was it 2018 where we had a really big pump and dump, right? So it might happen, but especially with everything that's happening with the US taking more debt out, we're taking on more debt. People are just looking for alternative stores of values as well. And Bitcoin, and I think PayPal, I'm not quite sure. I got to verify this. I said this multiple times on my stream, but I wanted to make sure I get fact checked on this. But I believe PayPal is going to accept cryptocurrency as well. So it's going to be freaking crazy. Get ready for the ride if you're already in crypto. But if you're not in it, just be very careful because it's a risk. It's risky at the end of the day. You just don't know. I wouldn't throw your life savings into it as well. But I personally believe into it. So my risk tolerance is a lot higher. Would I throw a large percentage of my portfolio in it? Perhaps, yeah. Like I would really consider it. But you know, you just got to be always aware of the pros and cons and the risks associated with those things as well. John Sorrentino, I'm also planning to get the executive plan as well tomorrow. Still questioning which plan I should get though. John, why don't you email me, man, if you got any questions. More than happy to see if I can try to answer you back in that time. But yeah, like would love to see if I can help you, bro. How much did you hire an editor? And how much does it cost? I'm trying to look into it myself. Well, Aman, first things first, if you are looking to do an editor, it depends what is your work volume, right? So keep in mind, I have my editor edit about 4 videos a week. I pay them anywhere, depending on the complexity of the edits. It can be anywhere from $500 per month to $1,000 per month, sometimes even more. I hired from the Philippines. I only work with people on referral basis only. So this person actually worked with one of my really great friends who works at who runs a digital marketing agency. You guys know him, like Rich and Niche. I mentioned that multiple times, but that's how I found him, and he's amazing. Like, he's amazing. If you want a warm referral, Aman, just let me know. I can ask my editor if he's taking on any more clients and then refer you out. So just slide in my email or something like that, and we'll talk there. But that's what I have budgeted out. Now, like I said, keep in mind, I have him do 4 videos a week. So that's 16. So whatever, 500 over 16. So that's about $30 per video, sometimes 60 or $70 per video. Depends though. Like, if you have intense B-roll, obviously that's going to cost a lot more as well. So that's kind of like what I'm working with at the moment. Would you recommend inbound closing in 2021? Yes, Patrick. Like, honestly, it depends, right? Like, inbound closing is really hard. Take out someone who does it like full time, who does consulting. Fun fact, guys, if you guys are just tuning in, for those 16 people that tuned in, and for those 11 people that haven't smashed the like button, make sure to do that. But for the 16 people who are in this chat and are considering something like inbound closing, it's not an easy profession. But if you can easily make 6 figures pretty relatively easily, depending on the offer. Now, is it for you can't go in with an employee mindset, honestly, like, oh, I'm just going to get fed leads and I'm just going to close deals, right? No, you have to be very proactive. You have to be very introspective and think like, hey, what can I do better on this call? How do I improve? Because you're going to absolutely suck at first. And then the second thing is you have to run it like a business at the end of the day. You have to set expectations with your clients. You have to build relationships so you get warm referrals. Fun fact, guys, I actually don't ever pitch people my high ticket services anymore for high ticket sales. It's all warm referral. All my clients are through referral. It's through either other closers, other agencies as well. And so that's actually why I'm building out a high ticket. I'm going to call it, well, I don't know the final title. I think it's going to be high ticket sales accelerator, but basically I'm doing this one-on-one coaching as well. So if you guys want to apply to that, you guys can go to https://kaizenclosing.com/apply. There's an application form too. So you can apply there if you're interested in that at the moment. I'm still finalizing everything that's going to be in it, but I am like trying to generate a waiting list for people as well. So there's that. Cool. So Rohan says no. Patrick says no. But I believe, like, honestly, if you're just starting out, if you want to be an entrepreneur, it's very important to learn sales, because that's part of business development. Honestly, you're going to have to learn how to present solutions that fit people's needs. You're going to have to learn basic techniques like tonality. You're going to have to learn mirroring, labeling, all these important things that actually, believe it or not, a lot of these sales programs don't even teach you this. Like, I looked at a lot of different sales programs as well. There's a huge gap. And like what people actually use in the real life of high ticket sales and what's taught to you in these programs are pretty different. I might take a look at inbound closer. I haven't taken a look at it quite yet, but I'm going to probably take a look at it and see how good it is and all that sort of stuff as well. So we'll see, but I'm trying to make the best group coaching program for high ticket sales as well. I'm planning to also, like, anybody that I work with. So here's a plan. So one of the biggest questions I get is, how do I get a client? And so what I want to do is start connecting people with different opportunities that I get thrown my way, right? And do a warm referral method as well for my students so that they can get practice right away. and then we can coach them through that as well. So that's kind of like the vision behind that. I want to provide like a really kick-ass academy, one of the best closing programs out there as well. So that's what I'm trying to do. What's your opinion on Tesla stock? I haven't looked at Tesla, guys, but I think it's overrated. I think it's overvalued. A lot of people will say that as well, but I don't really trade individual stocks for the most part. How about SMMA, says Patrick. In terms of SMMA, Patrick, I mean, a lot of people like want to dive into these. These all work, guys, but I think like at the end of the day, there's two skills that you need to know is like marketing, and you need to know sales. Like, especially if you want to do SMMA, you got to be able to close deals to close people on your services. But the prerequisite behind all these, man, is you need to be really, really good at your craft, because a lot of people want to jump into these careers and they have very little experience. And even if they do get a client, they can't fulfill for the client, meaning they can't deliver on the client as well. So that's that's a huge gap. And I think that's why things like High Ticket Closer by Dan Lok actually flopped and it got such a bad reputation, was because all these people were saying, I'm a high ticket closer, right? But when they jumped on an offer, a lot of them lost their contracts, right? I was actually on one of those offers where I saw at least 10 to 20 high ticket closers from Dan Lok's group. And guess what? Most of them got terminated within the first month. It was really, really bad. And so that's something that people don't think about a lot. And so that's why it's always important to work with someone who is more experienced than you. I got like mentored by a lot of really great people, former consultants, former sales managers of these, whether you like it or not, gurus, but I learned stuff from them, right? And they helped me with my sales process. And if it wasn't for them, I probably would have been one of those 20 that got kicked off. And so I think if somebody can shorten the process for you, it's absolutely worth it. If you can even get a job and stuff too, and somebody's willing to mentor you through it, kudos, man. Take the opportunity. But like, you have to be good at your craft. You can't just expect to jump into an opportunity and think you're going to get rich quick, because experience does count. I don't care what Dan Lok says or any experience counts. It builds confidence in people and it increases your versatility in business as well. 2017 was the end of the last crypto cycle. I am the opinion the peak will occur this September and November. PayPal lets you get Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Bitcoin Cash. Litecoin, I'm actually friends with Charlie Lee, believe it or not. Hi, Kevin. I'm still in the first semester of chemistry and feel like it will take years till I get a job. I'm still confused after I saw your video. Is it better to move to online business or not? Nathan, I think your name is, man. I can't answer that question for you, man. I will tell you this, dude, like, do a mini experiment, man. Try, like, doing an online business. It's great. Like, it's a great opportunity, but here's the thing I realized: a lot of people are not equipped to do not have the mindset and are not equipped to do an online business. It took me many, many years to kind of mature a little bit more until I was ready. I really don't think I was ready for an online business until like I turned 31 or 32. You'll see how I acted before and how I act now if you look at my older videos. And although I was learning marketing and stuff like that, I was not ready. I really didn't have the business acumen, honestly. I was just too wild. And so if you do want to know what running an online business is, dude, like, pay someone to teach you how to, like, if you want a referral, I'm more than happy to refer you to one of my friends too, Nathan. But pay someone to teach you digital marketing to get you your first job, work in digital marketing for a little bit, and see if you like it then. Because no matter what you do, you're going to have to learn marketing at some point, digital marketing specifically. So I would take a gig or job or follow the footsteps of someone that's really good. There's a few people I have in mind, but I don't know your situation, Nathan. So yeah, more than happy to refer you to anyone that there is as well. Do you still keep in contact with JK Films, or was it two kind of different past vibes? Believe it or not, I actually met with Joe not too long ago when he was here in Boston. I'm still really close friends with Joe and stuff. Bart, I haven't seen in a long time. I used to run into him at Barbell a lot. But let me see if I can pull up our picture. Like we hung out not too long ago. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. I posted this on Instagram. Yeah, so that's me, my roommate, and my old roommate and Joe. And it was just really cool. It was just really cool just hanging out with them and stuff and chopping it up. But Joe invited me to go on his like trip and stuff too, which was really cool. But I just had so much work to do. Like I'm trying to launch this coaching program and all that. I'm pretty sure at one point I'll join Joe at one point, like being a clown and shit. But yeah, I still keep in contact with a lot of them. I talked to Michael the other day too. He gave me a really great consult session as well. Yeah, a lot of the people there are super super cool. Like I message Julia every once in a while. B Troy, I don't really talk to as much, but I message him like once in a blue moon because I know he was having some rough times on Instagram when he was talking about his family and stuff. So I messaged him and talked to him. But yeah, I mean I talked to a few of them, not everyone, but like a few of them still. Um Rohan Alex says Michael Burry is starting to short Tesla stock. This is not a good sign. They made the big movie, The Big Short, about him. That's me. I want to jump in and have no experience. Kind of lost right now. Tech lead opinion. I like Tech Lead's content. Honestly, I bought his YouTube course. Is that as good as Ali's? Definitely not. But I mean, that's why I buy a lot of these courses so I can learn from these people and see if I can apply their systems to my YouTube channel. Right. That's the thing, man. Like people like hate these. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a guru fanboy or anything like that. I'm actually like, I bought a lot of guru programs. Not all of them are good. I actually like programs that are a little less than guru status, honestly, because I feel like the starter creator will put more effort into the program. Cause I've been there too. Like I'm at that level actually, like even below that. I'm like below like small time guru. I'm like not even guru. I don't even consider myself a guru. I consider myself more of a guide, right? And that's how I always want to be. But I believe like with starting coaches, starting programs, they're going to put way more attention, give you way more value than a guru program as well. I know for sure, I'll tell you this one thing. When I launch my program, it's going to be full of more fucking useful value than Dan Locke's. Not to take away from Dan Locke's program. It was a great personal development program. I enjoyed parts of it, but that's the advantage of buying all these programs is that I've been able to kind of do more research about what I liked, what I didn't like. And yeah, but Tech Lead, in my opinion, like I know he had the whole drama and stuff like Trent Black. I don't really know all the nitty gritty details, man. I honestly don't want to know the details. Like to be honest with you, I don't try to get sucked in with like freaking YouTube drama. But in my opinion, his content's pretty funny. He plays the character of douchey tech lead, so it's pretty funny. We make fun of him all the time in my group of friends. Hey, I'm 15. Do you have any advice for someone who wants to make online in my teenage years online? That's a huge question, man. It's me, Turtle. Like, what are some of the things that you're interested in? Let me throw the question back to you. Yo, somebody just called me Dana White. I don't know if this is a troll account, but fuck, that's pretty funny. I wish I was fucking Dana, dude. I love MMA. I love MMA. I love UFC. Like, dude, and he's balling too. It's pretty fucking crazy. If it isn't my favorite YouTuber, Isaiah says Isaiah Hunter. Wow, I'll take that as a major compliment, bro. Thank you. Yeah, how am I doing? I'm actually doing pretty rough this week. I know I say that a lot, but this week was really tough because my energy levels really took a hit this week. I definitely was not as productive on paper. I had to pick and choose a lot of my battles. And that's the thing sometimes, like you got to listen to your body. And I think one of the major things that's happening to me right now is like hypothyroidism. Perhaps, I don't know. I'll find out, like I said, in a few days, but I'm highly suspecting it because I'm like, one, I lost my hair like a few years ago. I haven't done a blood test in a long time. My energy has taken a hit. I noticed a change in like my mood and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's your boy is going through rough times, but honestly, I'm just rolling with the punches. I'm pretty happy today because I got some work done. I've been binging on like I've been watching a few shows. I've been watching what's her name? Aquafina is Nora from Queens. I finished that series. That was really fucking funny last week. Also, I started watching if you guys are Chinese or Cantonese, I started watching God of Gamblers, honestly. I binge watched like most of God of Gamblers. It's really freaking. It's so corny, but it's like so corny to a point that it's freaking funny. And I did it to kind of improve my Cantonese because my Cantonese is trash, and I forgot a lot of things as well. Um, so there's that. Isaiah says online business is hard. You have to be able to commit to it every single day. That is true, guys. Like I'm rebuilding my schedule just so that I can fulfill for my next client. And I feel like I don't have enough hours in the day. And if I do have enough hours in the day, I feel like I don't have enough energy to commit to it all. If you guys don't follow me on LinkedIn, I talked a little bit about productivity. So I wish I could link my LinkedIn, but I don't know the URL off the top of my head. Um, LinkedIn. So let me open up my LinkedIn. I can read it to y'all. But hey, have you ever had a productivity slump? Productivity slump is when you have a consistent unproductive streak. It's where momentum of inaction dominates the momentum of action. And the energy drain is so real that no amount of coffee, lion's mane, or Tulsi can pull you out. For me, I'm going on a 7-day streak. Yes, uh, 1 week of staring at my action items. But this is what I learned. 1, reset. It's important to take a step back to reset and not let negative momentum carry on to the next day. It starts with the conscious decision of starting over. Bad days happen, but tomorrow's a new day. Second step, re-strategize. This is when I dive into the root problem and re-strategize. I tend to be overly aggressive with my goals and ignore my resource capacity. I start asking, why is this happening? Do I need to re-strategize, eliminate tasks, or readjust my timelines? Step 3, re-engage. Momentum is one of those forces that is powerful. Only caveat, it works both ways. So I start with the simplest, most powerful tasks to kickstart the momentum. The hyper focus on a single task removes the emotion of overwhelm. That's my 3-step formula for slipping out of my productivity slump. I was going to call it the Rough Riders reset. But anyways, how do you get out of your productivity slump? Comment below. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram or LinkedIn, I'm making this a new initiative to focus more content on LinkedIn, specifically on LinkedIn, because it's a content efficient platform. So you can generate a lot of leads from it as well. So yeah, I mean, online business ain't easy, y'all. Wow, that's insane that you know Charlie Lee. He got a lot of slack for selling Litecoin at the peak, but I understand he donated a lot to charity. The bag holders and had a person to target. Yeah, I actually reached out to him pretty recently because I was like, crypto boom, guys, like crazy. I thought about you, Charlie. And he's like, hey, what's up, man? He's still in the Bay Area. He's doing really, really well. But I mean, in general, he's a really, really smart and really, really giving guy. He cares a lot about people, man. And based off my interactions, I don't know him like that. We're not like homies, like, but like I bet if I was in the Bay Area and I gave him enough notice, we'd probably chop it up, go for a drink or something. Obviously not alcoholic because I don't drink, but yeah, I think like it was really cool. I haven't seen him since 2017 or 2016 or something like that. I really like being creative, making some designs, and love the idea of selling. But I've been learning more about Google Ads. Oh, that's great. Yeah, like if learning about ads, paid media is really, really great. I know you're 15, but there are a few people that would be really good. Cynthia Sandoval, she's really good to follow at the moment. She's just building up her YouTube channel, but she's doing really good. One of my friends, Athena Pham, she's really great too. She's more active on Instagram. I think her name is PP Sis, like SIS. So you can follow her there. Those are some great people to start following that are actually in the weeds. They're building coaching programs, but they're also delivering hella information, y'all. Like there's that. So, yeah, like if you like doing creatives, you like designs, you like ads, I think marketing is your thing, man. Like start off as an agency, starting off offering some services. Like again, you want to work with someone who knows what they're doing, who can steer you in the right direction because you're not here to waste time. And guess what? If you deliver shitty ass results, your reputation follows you. If marketing, I wouldn't say is a small world, but what the top people in the industry know who you are, right? And what you've done. So it's important not to like suck at what you're doing, honestly. Just got my COVID shot yesterday. Oh man, that's awesome. How was it? Did you grow an extra limb or anything? I heard like honestly, most of the side effects are pretty mild. You feel like shit for like the first day, but I don't know. How was your experience doing that? Sun, moon, stars. Have you ever thought about dating a guy? Hell no. I've always been straight, y'all. So never thought about dating a guy ever, man. So funny. But fun fact, I mean, especially in my older videos, I used to get this a lot more, but I think I used to like project the gaydar vibe or whatever. But since that time, like not so much like as well. So I don't get inquiries, but I used to get inquiries all freaking time. I was like, yo, I'm straight, y'all. And it was pretty funny, but hey, I totally get it. I'm definitely going to connect with you on LinkedIn. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, my LinkedIn is let me look up what my LinkedIn URL is. Hold on. LinkedIn.com/Kevin Yee Farm D. I think that's my URL. Let me see. Nope. Yeah, I can't remember my URL. So I think it might be, let me see if I did a quick link for it. Hold on. Linked and let me see if I did a quick link to my, nope, I didn't. I gotta set that up. Don't lie, my gaydar is accurate, bro. Definitely not. I've never considered dating a guy, man, at all. How many email accounts is too many? I've had tons of emails accounts, honestly. Like, in terms of email accounts, I've had, like, I have a professional personal one. I have like a personal one. I have like a refugee hustle one. I have several refugee hustle ones. I have different emails for all my clients as well. It really depends what you're trying to use them. Each one has its purpose though. Like, I try to focus, like each one has a focus. So there's like one email that I just use for all my like email newsletters and stuff for inspo and whatnot. There's obviously the Yahoo, I have a Yahoo one, and that was for spam. Honestly, all my spam stuff went to my Yahoo one. Like if you ever get my Yahoo one, it's like because it's my spam email account. So there's that. But each email account has its own purpose. I know there's some people that really like getting down to inbox zero and stuff, but I haven't been able to quite. Well, I usually hit inbox zero, but what I find myself is like clicking a lot of things and marking them all red. But here's the thing too, I started unsubscribing from a lot of people as well, just because like I don't read their stuff and I don't find value in their stuff. I was like, why am I on this email list? So I think that's a huge tip for inbox zero. Is just like, dude, unsubscribe from shit that you don't want, because otherwise you're always going to be kind of like burning. You're always going to be like getting crap in your email inbox all the freaking time. So yeah, there's that. Sore arm, maybe a little body pain, but not sure which is which. Yeah, could be a lot of different things, y'all. Do you know sun, moon, stars? Do you know any career with great job stability, work-life balance, great pay without saturation? I would say honestly, like work-life balance is different for everyone, honestly. But in my opinion, one of the best careers to have for like work-life balance, you might want to start a business, but you're not sure of, and something that has great pay is honestly digital marketing. I think that's a really solid career, honestly. I think if I were to go back in time, I would probably learn paid ads and start doing an agency type of thing as well, or closely work with someone who has an agency. I think at my age, like at this point, could I learn paid ads? Probably yes, absolutely. Do I want to learn paid ads? I probably will at some point, but just not right now. I just got to focus on my strengths. And honestly, that's YouTube and sales, honestly, and creating content. Creating content, I would say, is something that, like, when I take the time to craft a really great article, I feel like I'm really good at resonating with people, at understanding, like being like, wow, that really, like, I don't know. It's just a sixth sense for me where it's just like, this is a good piece of content and I know it's going to hit and do well. Like when I did Ali Abdal's video, I knew that video was going to do really well just because I was just thinking, what are all my unfair advantages I can throw into this video? What is something that everybody else is going to do? And how can I not one up them, but how can I, like, what can I do to help people, like, to make this the best fucking review ever, right? And that includes like showing all the things I built out, showing like my conversation with Ali. And that goes like, I think there was just so much I threw in there because I really want to put people at the front. Like I was thinking about serving in that moment. And I realized the content that really doesn't perform that well is like, one, there are three things I actually took from my conversation with Michael from JK. It's like, one, I can't think of the exact questions, but one, do I actually care about, is it important for me? Why is this important for me to do this content? Two, why is it important for other people to like this content? And then three, I can't remember the third one. I'll pull up my, let's see what the third one is. Oh, is it a story of vulnerability and can other people relate to this? Right. So that's my new guideline to see if I want to do a video or not anymore as well. Okay. The saturation follows the money. Some careers seem golden, then become unstable over time. Well, pharmacy is a great example of that, Alex, as well. Like pharmacy was a golden opportunity at one point. Right now it's PA, but who knows? Like, well, like things go in cycles. Like industries go bust. Think about the taxi industry. I'm pretty sure it was hustling and bustling at one point, but then took a major fat shit when like things like Uber and all these rideshare apps came out as well, right? Armor Go says, I want to make great money doing nothing. How do I get a government job? So funny. Yeah, I was listening to JRE, Joe Rogan, and he was talking about, like, which guest did he have on? He was talking about like the differences between how the government works and how like businesses work as well. And it's like, the thing with government is like, it's not based off efficiency whatsoever. It's actually very wasteful and stuff as well. And for entrepreneurs, it's all built on efficiencies as well. So in terms of like government jobs, I remember speaking to actually people who want to start businesses, and they would be at their freaking desk 9 to like 5 doing jack shit. They were just twiddling their thumbs sometimes, right? Are all government jobs like that? I don't think so. But, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of government jobs were actually like that. And that's why, like, for me, I've always been, I don't know, maybe scared of taking a government job. Yeah, sure, it's easy. Sure, like, there's that. But honestly, like, I feel like there's something about challenging yourself, or there's something about throwing yourself in the fire that is so appealing to me. I don't know if it's like self-sabotage, honestly, but I enjoy the challenge. I enjoy like the pressure. I don't know if my body can handle as much as it used to, but who knows at the end of the day. So Isaiah says it really depends where you want to be 10 years from now. Very true, man. Yeah. So, I mean, like, I think like in terms of really great careers at the moment, I don't really know. I mean, to be honest, I shouldn't be the person. like I'm not the expert on every single careers, but most of my friends, they're all in digital marketing, they're in sales like me. They're doing a lot of different things like agency offers, e-commerce, like pretty much all my friends are all internet based. So that's interesting. But a non like internet business, like career type of thing as well, is actually medical. Like I think medical and pharmaceutical sales, apparently they're still doing really, really well at the moment. So if you're into that, you can dive into that as well. So there's that. Um, I've heard a lot of expectations about crazy inflation under Biden presidency. However, do you think the market might be highly volatile uh, instead, or even deflationary? Good question. I was actually watching Minority Mindset as well. I'm not quite sure. Like, I'm really not quite sure because taxes are going to go up, especially for the higher income class, right? But for the lower brackets, I don't know what the tax plan is going to be as well. So, not quite sure, to be honest with you. I can definitely see businesses. Well, I shouldn't be the one to answer this question. I don't really know off the top of my head, and it's all speculation, honestly. So I don't really know. Um, used to be able to buy slash sell taxi medallions in New York City for the ability to be a taxi driver. The medallion peaked at 1 million in 2014. Crazy shit. I feel like I wasted 3 years preparing for pharmacy school. I constantly hear negative things about pharmacy, like its job market. Well, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man, but I mean, I think like the important thing too is like knowing that up front is better. Like, okay, so sure, maybe if you had that data like a long time ago, fuck, that would have been really, really great. But unfortunately, things don't happen like that. In fact, the newer BLS statistics happened after I talked in that video, and it got even worse. Like I think it was like September. That's when the newer numbers came out. So unfortunately, we can't go back in time and figure that shit out. That's like something that sucks. But consider the alternative, right? Let's say you invest three more. Let's pretend you're doing a 0 6, and you spend 3 more years in pharmacy school, and then you just find out that, oh my god, I had all this information all along. That's a lot worse. That's a lot worse situation. At least with the data, you can kind of figure out, hey, is it worth sticking to this in this program or not? And obviously, it's not an easy decision because you have to consider one, your financial situation as well. Do you want to, and then you can plan at least like, hey, I need to probably start building relationships with gatekeepers, with people who can help me find a job as well. So I don't think it's impossible, but it's definitely going to be a lot harder. And I don't think it's going to be as easy as like applying to. I don't think by applying to these jobs, really, you're going to see as much effectiveness as like kind of like a backdoor route. Honestly, I'm always like advocating for that. Honestly, so that's my feeling about that. Do you think social media is fueling the mother of all stock market bubbles? Yeah, everybody's a freaking investor now, and they're talking about these stocks. Like everybody's a stock investor when there's a bull market. We have not had a major crash in the market in a long, long, long time. Like a long time. Most people don't know what that's like in their careers. And so I feel like, yeah, like maybe there is a bit of overinflation, like we're coming for a massive like stock market crash, and it's probably going to happen. But and then people are going to pull out of the market when it's at a loss, and that's the worst thing. As we know, that's one of the worst things that you can do. The smart investors will probably double down during those times as well. But yeah, I think we're in. I think a lot of these new investors are in for a rude awakening, including myself. I mean, I'm not like overly invested into individual stocks. I believe in the market in the long term. So I'm fine. I'm going to try double down. If that happens, guess what? I'm going to take as many as many opportunities to throw it back in the market so I can ride that up as well. So there's that. Do you think you would have been more financially stable if you continued working as a pharmacist? Any regrets on quitting pharmacy job? I think like financially stable, like perhaps because I had like a union career as well and all that sort of stuff. But the soul sucking, like not everything is about money. When you don't have money, all you think about is money. And when you do have money, your needs change. You look at other things besides money. So typically when people ask this question, they're on the younger side. But for me, I don't regret quitting pharmacy because I see a bigger future on online businesses and entrepreneurship. Even though it's a lot tougher, I feel a lot happier and the earning potential is a lot higher as well. That's just my opinion. I don't see a future in pharmacy. Like I really don't. Like, will pharmacy be there? Probably, yeah. But I don't see a huge future in pharmacy, right? It's kind of like how I view it as almost like the dying taxi industry as well. I don't think it's going to get that bad, but I really don't see I don't see innovation or the future coming within pharmacy at all. And that's something that is just not for me, you know. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but there's a lot of miserable pharmacists out there. And if you don't believe me, you should probably talk to more people who are in pharmacy and get their opinion on it. But I don't have any regrets. I have more control over my time. I have more earning potential. I feel a lot happier, you know? So it's playing the long-term game, not settling for short-term wins and really focusing on the long-term gain. I'm headed out for now. Thanks for all the content, like always. Appreciate it, Isaiah. It's better to know your first day. It's better to know now than your first day of pharmacy. Exactly. From Part-Time YouTube Academy, do you think there's a possibility that you do post consistently and never get growth? I think there's always that chance, man. If you post like trash on YouTube, no one's going to want to click that, right? But I think through posting and reflection and physically taking that action, right, and trying new things, you can see what will work. I have like, if you're in it for the long term, I guarantee your channel will grow. Like, I think I think that's the thing with my channel too. Like, I was posting, but I wasn't pivoting. I wasn't listening to the market. I made all those bad mistakes with YouTube. And so I think if you do post consistently, you'll get eventually growth as well. But I mean, like, let's take a look at this, right? For me, I'm a very small channel, but I always have, like, every single Sunday I do these streams and I get a lot of the same people in my streams all the time. It's pretty cool. Like, we've kind of built up this mini community as well. And so I do believe that you'll get growth, but you just have to focus more on the long term, not the short term as well. What would Refugee Hustle's ticker be? So funny. If it only could go public, right? What time of morning routine do you have? Says Robbie. And do you think it's good to what type of morning routine do you think is good to have? And what type of do you have? I actually have a video coming out on this, but I'll give you a quick preview. Let me open it up on my phone because it's kind of slow on my laptop while I'm streaming. But I do several approaches. So what did I write? Because I scripted this out yesterday, or sorry, 2 days ago. I have to shoot it tomorrow, actually, believe it or not. So let's go here. Let's close Pornhub. No, just kidding. Let's see. Yeah, so I have a morning routine. Let me open this up. Notion's actually acting kind of slow recently. While that's opening up, let's read some other questions. I'll get back to Robbie. What was the most soul-sucking and stressful part of pharmacy for you? Honestly, not saying that monotony, like, I guess I always felt like really trapped. I felt like I didn't really have time for my personal life. I also felt like it was just going through the same repetitive emotions over and over again. And a lot of my concerns or problems I was running into, they were never being fixed. And that just annoyed me a lot. For me, I always love looking for efficiencies. And doing something like pharmacy, honestly, it felt like banging my head against the wall half the time. Like, it It was very people intensive. It was very emotionally intensive. And I'm a very extroverted person, but dealing with people, it's not an easy job dealing with so many people. And let's be honest, not everybody's freaking educated in the world, right? You can't blame these people. But sometimes it's very difficult for people to understand what you can do in pharmacy and what you can't do. And then there's the management side. There's a lot of like stress, mini stresses. And the thing is, maybe it's not even the stress that bothers me. It's the fact that like you're just put in a system that is just inefficient, and that just pisses me off. Like from the moment you get in the pharmacy, like there's this concept in when you're doing workflows of like, I can't remember what the term is, but it's like toggle time. So every single time you switch tasks, it's one of the most efficient things to multitask, right? Like it's a lot more efficient to focus on one task, complete that, move on to the next one. But within pharmacy, you're like the point, you're like the pretty much the QB for everyone. So everyone wants to talk to you at the same damn time. People don't want to wait. It's like you're put in a bad situation to begin with, and you have to kind of deal with that as well. So that's probably why we get paid the big bucks. Are we slaving away like physical labor? No, I'm not complaining about that, but just because I know that people are going to be like, those are first world problems, but first world problems are not. Those are still problems, and the thing is like if you make an error and you kill someone, that's on you, right? People understand the impact of like making a mistake. If you truly care about people, it's like you try to take your job seriously, but sometimes it doesn't, like it's the efficiency of the system that really pissed me off, honestly, about pharmacy a lot of times. So that's just how I felt. And I wasn't making the true impact that I originally signed up for, I guess, as well. So those are kind of my thoughts off the cuff. Could I elaborate them on a lot more and give a more polished answer? Absolutely. But I'll think about that as well. Let's see. Okay, back to your question, Robbie. Since my Notion just opened up. In terms of a morning routine, let's see. What I do is there's three things I do in my morning routine. I just keep it very, very simple. I don't include working out as part of the morning routine. What I consider a morning routine is something that prepares what did I say? Something that is simple, easy to complete, and kicks off your morning and makes everything else in the day easier to execute as well. So it sets up everything that makes everything easier in your day. And so it allows me to flow into execution. With that being said, I just keep it very simple. I do 10 minutes of box breathing every single morning, or try to. Sometimes really hard because I'm impatient, and I try to do that. So if you don't know what box breathing is, you can look it up on YouTube, but basically I do 4 seconds inhale, 4-second hold, 8-second. I do 8-second. You can do 4 seconds if you want, but I do 8-second exhale, 4-second hold, repeat. Do that for 10 minutes. That helps me get into flow state and just relax in the morning. Your best ideas come when you're relaxed. Ever hear the term shower thoughts? Well, that's where that comes from, because when you are relaxed, you have the best ideas as well. And what else? The other thing I do is gratitude in the morning. So I got this from Tony Robbins and shit. I know like some people don't like Tony. I'm not the biggest fan of Tony either, but one thing that he brought up during one of his seminars is like, hey, can you be pissed off and grateful at the same time? No. And so one of the things I'm very conscious of is energy. So I have a 5-minute journal. If you go refugeehustle.com/5-minute journal, actually, I'll post it in here. It just starts off my day a lot better. Hustle.com/5-minute journal. It kicks off my morning a lot better as well. So there's that. And then finally, I do a planning series. So I use 2 tools. I use Panda Planner and Notion. And basically, I review my 6-month goals. I review my work schedule for the day. I review my strength finders. I review my 5-year plan and goals, and I read out my affirmations. So I usually plan everything for the rest of the day just so that everything flows very, very smoothly as well. If I don't plan, I get a lot of anxiety. So I just make sure that I write down all my shit in the day, look at my command, like I use Notion to track all my tasks and just try to stick to that as much as possible. So I hope that helps, Robbie. But I'll do a more, if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe, Robbie, if you're tuning into this. Let's see. COVID vaccine coming in retail is going to be insane. That's what I heard too, man. I heard CVS is hiring like crazy at the moment. Some Moonstar says, does Angela still live in the same house that was on your YouTube video? Believe it or not, Angela actually lived with me for a little bit. Or she lived in my place downstairs in this house in Boston. When we went to pharmacy school together. The place that we shot was actually at her place. So that wasn't my home. That was her place. And so I love her place. It's really nice. And it's really great for shooting. But yeah, she does still live at the home. I believe she's thinking about moving. I don't really know though. I talk to her every once in a while. Is Angela still single? No, she's not. She's married. Have you heard? Let's see. Kevin Taylor says, what do you think about me being a pharmacy technician? Is it a bad job? Personally, I got asked to be on a pharmacy podcast recently for pharmacy technicians. It's very hard for me to recommend a job like it depends your personality and what you want, guys. Like I can't be the one to tell you like whether you should do it or not. In my opinion, when I was a pharmacy technician, I didn't really like it. Like I felt very undervalued. I felt overworked. Yeah, and that's just how I felt. A lot of other pharmacy technicians feel the same way, but some people, they like the busyness of the pharmacy. They like the monotonous work, honestly. Because once you get the hang of it, it's relatively simple. It's relatively easy. You know all the steps to do in a pharmacy. But when you are, but the learning curve is quite difficult in my opinion. I don't know. I don't even know. Like these days, do you need to go to tech school? In the state I was, you didn't really need to go to tech school to become a pharmacy tech. I always thought it was the biggest scam. But then when I moved to California, I was like, man, everybody's going to tech school. Like, what the hell is with this, man? Everybody's going to a tech program and all that. I really think the best program could be like, honestly, the best experience is hands-on, but I don't know if that's legal in all states, honestly. I have no idea. So there's that. Hey, Kevin, Lemon Doug says, hey, Kevin, just want to say I really enjoyed your end of the year retreat video. We'd love more videos like that. Yeah, Lemon, like shoot me an email, man. I would love, like, especially you, man. I would love to kind of hear what videos you want to see because I want to make more of those type of videos. The end of the year video wasn't actually going to be a planned video. I just shot it because I thought it was freaking cool. Like I did it and I just shot it that morning because I just wanted to. So if you like those type of videos, Lemon, like let me know as well. Robbie just said, just subscribe. Awesome, bro. Yeah, that should be coming out this week or next week. It depends on my editor and look at the schedule, but did I shoot it yet? It's probably going to be next week actually, or the week after. Yeah, cause I actually forgot. I didn't shoot this video yet. So there's that. Is being a pharmacy technician a respectable job? Honestly, okay, you want the honest truth? I feel like a lot of my pharmacy techs didn't feel like they were respected, either from really crappy pharmacists who kind of boss them around and stuff, right? There's that. I mean, there's also customers and stuff because you'll say the same exact thing that the pharmacist said, and they'll be like, what the fuck? I just told you that. It happens, right? It really depends, man. Like, honestly, you should probably talk to a pharmacy technician. And if you can get a pharmacy clerk job or something in the pharmacy, then apply for it, see it yourself. But don't keep in mind, like pharmacy technicians, you can do more than just like in retail pharmacy. There's other opportunities outside as well. So there's that. I'm currently a cashier and people don't respect your job. Well, Taylor, rude awakening, probably a lot of people won't respect you as a pharmacy technician too. It depends, right? There's no hard black like line saying that you will be respected, you won't be respected. People don't respect you for their title. People respect you for what you do for them. If you listen to them, your tactical empathy with them, people respect you for how you take care of them. So keep that in mind. It's not given by a career. Like honestly, you could have pharmacists. No one gives a fuck at the end of the day, really. Like, yes, like they care to a point, but honestly, like if you are looking for respect, don't think a job title is gonna demand respect. I'm sub 2, says Taylor. Awesome, bro. Taylor Milton says, why not dental hygienist? Better pay and probably more respect. True. Do you know any friends that did fellowship after PharmD or work in the pharmaceutical company? Yeah, I know a few actually. Yeah, they all did. Some did fellowship. I know some MSLs they did not do fellowship and they got in through a warm connect. So I would say that's pretty much the primary way to go if you're planning to do that. All right. All right, guys, we are coming up at the end of the hour, or we went a little bit over the hour. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to smash the like button as well. Gonna have some, I don't even know what's on the content calendar this week. I should probably know, but we're gonna be having some killer videos later this week, so make sure to check those out as well. And anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Take care. Peace, mother people. Bye.